Hello everyone, this is the Two Traveling Teachers. Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to walk you through the steps to set up your camp with a travel trailer. If you're a newbie, don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's get started. The first step is to survey your campsite to find the best place to position your camper. Next, position the trailer back into your chosen spot, and if possible, use a spotter to help you. Make sure the trailer is centered in the campsite.
Driver's side. Looking good. Okay, straight back. Stop and come check it out.
The next step before doing anything else is get back out and survey the situation. Be sure the camper is where you really want it. Check for proximity to your connections such as water, sewer, and electric. Check for any obstacles that may impede the slide or the awning when they are fully extended.
What do you think?
It's good.
We had a neighbor once who did not pull his camper far enough forward. When the awning was fully extended, it obstructed the drive, leaving him with no choice but to only partially extend his awning. This is also a good time to make sure the campsite's water is working properly and the electrical is working properly. I simply turn the water spigot on to make sure the water is coming out and it's coming out clear. To check the electrical, I stick my electrical management system into the pedestal to make sure I'm getting power and that it's clean. When you're satisfied, you can move on to the next step. If not, I let the camp management know there's a problem so they can either move me to a new site or fix the problem. These quick steps can save you a lot of grief. If you discover any problems after you set up, you may have to break camp, hook the truck back up to the trailer, and move to another site. Leveling the trailer side to side is next. Use a bubble level to check for the side to side level. If one side is too low, place leveling blocks in front of or behind the tires on the low side. There are many options. Some people use stacking blocks, others use wood blocks. We prefer to use the Anderson blocks. Are you ready? You will now need to push or pull the trailer with your tow vehicle up onto the leveling blocks.
Stop. Let me check it. A little bit more. Stop. Forward a tiny bit. Stop.
To prevent serious injury, I hold the truck brakes until Gina lets me know she has chalked the Anderson blocks and her hands are clear. Be aware you will be pulling the trailer 6 to 12 inches from its original position, so you may want to check your clearances again for slides, awning, and hookup connections. Once you're positioned, chalk the wheels on both sides to prevent any movement. This is crucial for safety. Now it's time to detach your trailer from your tow vehicle. Generally, when we go to an RV park while Gina is checking in, I detach the weight distribution system. This saves a step later and prevents undue stress on the RV trailer as we make tight maneuvers through the RV park. After the weight distribution system has been disconnected, it's time to disconnect the safety chains, breakaway cable, and wiring harness. Raise the tongue jack to lift the trailer off the hitch ball, then drive your tow vehicle away. I must say that for us personally, before dropping the tongue jack, we place a flagpole stand under the tongue jack blocks. This is for our Starlink. We'll show you how we set up the Starlink later in the video. Leveling the trailer front to back is next. With the assistance of a bubble level, raise or lower the jack to level the trailer front to back. We generally put the bubble level on the floor of our trailer. Other people use other parts of their trailer, such as the frame. Find out what works best for you. Now extend the stabilizer jacks on all corners until they are snug against the ground. We use leveling blocks under our stabilizer jacks so we don't have to fully extend them. We found this helps reduce the wobble. Also, to help reduce the wobble, we use X-chocks between the tires. We use these simply to help reduce wobble. They don't take the place of the chocks we put under the tires on the ground. By the way, something new we tried this year were these homemade wobble stoppers. We have a video about that and I'll include that as a link in the description below. Now it's time to connect your hookups. As I mentioned earlier, we use an electrical management system. I would use this or at least a surge protector to protect your trailer. I then plug the electrical management system into the pedestal and turn on the power. The electrical management system will tell me if my energy coming out is clean. If all is well, I turn the power off at the pedestal, connect my power cable from my trailer, and turn the power back on. It's at this point, if it's a hot day, I request that Gina go inside and turn on the air conditioning so it can start cooling down the cabin. Now it's time to hook up the water. What I'm about to explain really pertains to warm weather such as the summer months. During the colder weather, we don't use water hoses at all, as they may freeze during the cold nights. Instead, we simply fill our internal water tank and use the water pump. The first thing we hook up to the water spigot is a water pressure regulator. I highly recommend this because if the pressure is too high, it could do damage to the plumbing in your trailer. We use an adjustable water pressure regulator and set it to about 40 psi. We then connect a sediment filter to our pressure regulator. This is to remove any fine particles that may end up in our water lines of the trailer. Finally, we connect a dedicated water-safe hose. There's a couple things I'd like to say about this. Number one, we use the 0G brand hose. We find that it is much more compactable and saves a lot of space compared to the rubber hoses. This hose should be dedicated for drinking water purposes only. You may want another hose for black tank flushes and such. Another note is that we use the Culligan Zero Water Pitcher for all our drinking water and ice. This filter removes harmful metals and leaves our water tasting great. Finally, for connections, it's everybody's favorite, hooking up your sewer hose. Typically, we found one sewer hose is enough, but we have used up to 3 to reach the connection. Please, when connecting, use a threaded elbow that threads tightly into the septic pipe. There are times when the camp's septic system pipe does not have threads, or I've found that they are cross-threaded. Always have a rubber donut to create a nice seal in this instance. Please don't just stick your sewer hose down into the septic system hose without an elbow connection. Without this connection, sewer gases can easily escape, giving an unpleasant experience for your neighbors. This is the point where we typically set up our Starlink. We use a modified Harbor Freight flagpole as a stand for our Starlink satellite dish. The flagpole sits in a flagpole stand that is set up under the tongue jack. We route the Starlink cable through the same opening that the water hose goes into our pass-through. We plug the router into an outlet in the pass-through and connect the cable. If you're interested in this modification, you can find information about this in our video, our 7 favorite RV upgrades for our 22 MLE. Inside, extend any slide outs carefully. Be sure nothing is obstructing your slide both inside and outside. Turn on your propane and check for leaks, and this might be a good time to turn on the hot water heater. Set up your campsite by arranging outdoor furniture, awnings, and mats. Make it cozy and comfortable. Before you relax, do some safety checks. Test your smoke detector and your carbon monoxide detector. And that's it. You're all set up and ready to enjoy your camping experience. Remember, practice makes perfect, so take your time and use checklists. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more camping tips. Be sure to check out our other videos, and thanks for watching. Happy camping, everyone.